So moving on to the writing part of the examination. The writing part of the examination was the part that I feared most, but the study mentorship, mentor academy helped me greatly. There is this function of that is there in the Students Mentor Academy where you can write your essays and put it through, and it gives you feedback of what you can do better, how you can, get everything done in time, and the mistakes you make and how you can, correct them, and areas you need to work on as per English language and everything. So that's what exactly I did. I put in a lot of my I didn't have time to do a lot because I told you I had to balance both 9 to 5 and trying to write my examination. But I ensured that even few days to the examination, I wrote all the essays and I put it through, like one essay in each part, and I put it through just so that I can see what I am doing wrong and correct it before the examination. So I noticed that what was wrong was incorrect phrasing for me. Some words that I think, because it's not poetry or literature, it is academic writing. So it's way different from what I'm used to because I'm a poet, I'm a writer. So I'm very expressive. So words that, show emotions were words I would use. And then I'm over analyzing, over describing, and I'm not, being straight to the point. And then there's something that you would understand. Something I understood rather was that there are some words that you think exist or they are correct when you say them, day to day with your friends. But in English language, it is grammatically incorrect. So I learned that during, submitting my essays before the examinations for review on the Student Mentor Academy, the program, the course taken. So when it brought it back and highlighted the areas that, this is not English language, this is, this is Mess's language, not English language, I was able to correct that, and I was able to stay informed that don't use those phrasing. That's not proper phrasing. That's not grammatically correct. Rather be straight to the point, be direct. And if you cannot use complex sentences, stick to simple sentences. Don't try to overdo it or be overzealous. No, stick to simple sentences. I'll tell you why shortly. So before the examination preparation, yes, I'd written a lot. I had submitted a lot. I had read a lot. I had listened to people speak a lot and read a lot of academic writing before then. So where did anxiety also come in this play? I was scared because there are two parts to this writing. That's the narrative, descriptive, or any type of writing. For the first, where you write, the writing type 1 was where you describe a chart or a graph. Yes, like just present data on it in 150 words, I think. Yes, but I just calculated it to be 11 lines and 3 paragraphs. So once I've written 11 lines and 3 paragraphs, I was good to go. So, like I said, have a strategy. Ielts is all about having strategy. What am I going to talk about? There's so much strategy in the student mentorship that I think you should harness and just have it for yourself, because you're going to need it. There is not going to be enough time. So just have it and just use it when you need to. So I wasn't able to understand how to, present data for the writing aspect until the examination day. So the examination day, my exam was by 1 p.m. I had arrived at the venue by 7 a.m. because it was not, the distance was too far away from home. So I had to commute early in order to get there on time. So from that 7 a.m. to that 1 p.m. was when I was practicing, not for the first time, don't get me wrong, but for the first time, I understood how to write tax 1 there. But I had already practiced severally at home. for months, for a month and so. So that's when I was able to, put together my strategy that I was going to employ for for the writing task one. I can't remember vividly what the strategy was, but I can tell you scantily that I remember that the first paragraph I was supposed to, the first line I was supposed to rephrase the question given to me. The second line of the first paragraph I was supposed to give a brief summary of what I would be explaining in the part. So first of all, when you get the writing task one, you look at the graph and divide the data into two, the positive and the good parts of it. It depends on what they were asked to do, but that's what I did. And then the first line I used it to summarize the topic given. The second line I used it to talk about in summary, not stating any facts or figures just yet, what I was going to talk about in the consecutive paragraphs. So when I got to the second paragraph was when I brought out the negatives, spoke about them, expatiated what I could see the difference, and then I compared in the last paragraph what the positive, what I could see. And then in writing task one, it's not mandatory that you conclude, but if you want to, you can do it shortly in one line. There also is where you need to learn to use the words that they are looking for. It's not about writing, it's about being smart while writing. So if you're looking at a chart, there are certain words you should be looking for. The down rise, the upward fall. Just learn those things just to pass the examination. You can throw it out after. Or no, you couldn't throw it out. You can actually still keep it for your English language building, but well, that's what I'm trying to explain to you. Just learn all those words like, oh, uprise, the fall, just words that you need for each bar chart. There's specific words you need. For the pie charts, there are specific words you need. For the line graph, there's specific words you need. So although I practiced all of this, during the examination, what I saw was quite different when it comes to this writing tax one, not to scare you, but I had a compound bar chart. That's like where it wasn't just like one bar for each element, but it was like 3 bars for each. So I was comparing 3 things for both the x-axis and the y-axis. But I had the foundation already set and solid from Study Mentor Academy. So that wasn't a hassle that I could not cross. So, yes, like I said, I had my strategy regardless of it, and I wrote it. So, take counsel with that, have a strategy, build up your vocabulary because it will help you. That's what they're looking for, genuinely, your vocabulary and what's it called? Your vocabulary, yes, and just learn to build up your vocabulary. Vocabulary in every area. So that's what helped me in the writing tax one. Don't overthink it. Anxiety tried to catch me up in the writing tax too, because I remember how many times I had written. They said write a descriptive paragraph on a descriptive essay. Sorry, on I'm trying to remember. It talks about science and art. Yes, that was the topic. Basically, science and art, and how art has never died. Although art came before technology and science, art has not yet gone extinct. Why do you think so? States why art hasn't gone out, but why science too is still in existence. So you have 2 things to compare, 2 things that one is greater though, that's art, but regardless of the fact that you're supposed to be talking about art and how art has not gone out of extinct, how art is still there till now, and how art is in different aspects of people's life, don't forget that you also need to talk about science. So the first paragraph, I, took a stand, which is that art, is important. And the reason, although we have, experienced technology in different facets of life, art still remains because art cannot be taught online. Art is people's way of living. Art in itself has histories that, have been there for centuries. And art has been passed down from generations to generations.